Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage, smashing pumpkins. We should reflect more deeply on what this iconic song lyric signifies in our daily lives, probably over a cup of coffee and a forest stroll if I'm being honest, since profound reflection often pairs well with caffeine and long walks. Welcome back to Forest Philosophies. That single line holds profound philosophical meaning, capturing the paradox of being a quote unquote corporate punk, an apparent contradiction that, upon closer look, reveals the intricate links between rebellion and conformity. It's the kind of thing that makes you chuckle, or at least smirk, when you realize how seriously we take ourselves. It highlights our complicated relationship with capitalism, societal norms, and independence, often referred to as the great adulting comedy. Think about the metaphor. Rat in a cage. This image powerfully illustrates our condition, suggesting we are trapped within external structures beyond our control, like a hamster on a wheel, but with less charm and more existential dread. To those in power, the so called man, the systemic forces, the ruling elite, were just rats, resources, test subjects, disposable entities. This imagery echoes scientific practices where test animals are discarded after use, reflecting society's tendency to see individuals as replaceable and controllable. Because frankly, who's counting? The cage represents societal structures, corporations, policies, cultural expectations that confine us, often subtly and unconsciously, like a gentle nudge into the maze. Our ongoing compliance is driven by complex factors: economic dependency, fear of the unknown, societal conditioning, and the charming illusion of choice. The system is designed to trap us not just physically but also mentally through subtle manipulation that convinces us obedience is our only way to survive. A ticket to the human pinball machine. To explore this further, think of student debt as an initiation into the cage. Borrowing money for education, uh, burdened with overwhelming debt that clouds future freedom, because nothing says liberation like a lifetime of payments. Our paychecks go towards paying off this debt, creating a false sense of progress and independence while hiding the reality of captivity. Classic bait and switch. Not that I know anything about that. I never went to college. Similarly, passions like hiking, gaming, or art are commodified, expensive hobbies curated by corporate interests that limit genuine choices. Proof that even leisure is now on the corporate payroll. I call this widespread trapping the cage. A digital and social maze fortified by subscriptions, paywalls, and microtransactions, reinforcing a survival game controlled by powerful corporations. Because who doesn't love a little good controlled chaos? Am I right or am I right? Resistance might mean choosing to opt out, not playing the game. A bold act of defiance, but even this is tough because the system discourages quitting, often with heaping sad of guilt. An important element here is rage. While anger can seem justified and necessary to awaken awareness, it risks becoming useless or even damaging, like yelling into the void just to hear your own echo. Rage reveals our awareness of injustice, but it can also deepen our entrapment, diverting energy from meaningful change because sometimes venting is easier than addressing the world's problems. Fear, the emotional response to limited options and losing control, is exploited by the system as a tool of societal control, sowing division and discouraging collective action, basically turning us into a bunch of nervous Nellies. When these elements, the cage, the rage, and the survival instinct, combine, they create a landscape of manipulation and dominance, favoring conformers and punishing dissenters. Think of it as the societal version of musical chairs. Yet, amidst the darkness, a glimmer of hope exists. If someone dares to face the truth, The path to true freedom may involve radical acts, stepping outside the system's boundaries without descending into chaos or abandoning responsibilities. As a conscious rejection of the rigged game. Such rebellion, even embracing homelessness, signals an acknowledgement that real freedom involves giving up participation in an unjust system. A tall order, but certainly more fun than endless paperwork. It's a statement, a refusal to play the pawn in a game designed to benefit the few at the expense of the many. But these acts are understandably infeasible and dangerous for most, given our dependencies and duties. Even I, advocating for defiance, am caught in such dependencies, realizing that some joys rely on the stability of a paycheck.